Hey Chipmunks, it is time for another Bible lesson. So remember, the Bible has God's words of love for us, and we have such a special story to read this time. We are going to read about Jesus' crucifixion and resurrection. Big words. What it means is Jesus died and rose to save us, to save you, to save me, to save your mom and your brother or your sister, Miss Kirsten and her family. He rose to save us all. So this is a beautiful story about how much he loves us. And again, we'll have some big words, but that's okay. I'll help you out in the end. So what happens before I start reading is that Jesus got arrested, and he's been told that what's going to happen, that he's going to be on the cross. So here's where I start up now. Then they came to the place which is called Golgotha. There they crucified him and the criminals, one on the left and one on the right. And Jesus said, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." Then he was on the cross until about the 6th hour, and darkness came over the whole land. And then Jesus cried out and said, "Father, into your hands I commend my spirit." Now there was a man named Joseph from the Jewish town of Arimathea, and he said that he would let the people bury Jesus in his tomb. And the women helped to bury Jesus, and they put him in the tomb and put a big rock over the front to close it. Then on the 3rd day, they went to the tomb, and they found that huge stone had been rolled away. I'm talking huge. Like, think about trying to move a car. It was big, right, friends? So they found the stone had been rolled away, but when they went in, they did not find the body. The women went and told Jesus' friends, and Peter rose and ran to the tomb and looked in and saw that Jesus was not there. And they went home, wondering to themselves what had happened. So, friends, this is the story about how Jesus died on the cross. Then he rose. That's why they couldn't find him in the tomb. He had risen from the dead. This doesn't happen every day. This is very special. And Jesus did it because he loves us so much that he wanted to save everybody, even the really bad people. Jesus loves them that much that he died for all people. And so I just find this story beautiful. And Easter, of course, is my favorite holiday because of what it means. It shows me that God's love and Jesus' love is bigger than how much my mom loves me, bigger than how much my dad loves me. So that's really important to remember. Now, we have a special craft to do, and I'm going to show it to you. Here is my whiteboard that we're going to be using a lot over the weeks that we're working together at home. And what you're going to need today is some paper and maybe some tissue paper, maybe some construction paper, whatever you have at home that's got some color, maybe some wrapping paper. And what we're going to do is we're going to make tissue paper eggs, because eggs remind us of Easter and new beginnings. And so what you're going to do is watch the video that we have coming up in just a minute of my daughter, and she's going to show you how to make these tissue paper eggs. So I'm not going to give you any details now, but make sure to keep watching, and she will show you how to make this cute little egg, and then your mom or dad or grandma or grandpa, whoever lived with you, can help you find a really cool place to hang it once it's dry. And so I want to just take a special moment, friends, and wish you all a very, very happy Easter. I hope you have a wonderful time celebrating Jesus' resurrection with your parents and your sisters or brothers or whoever lives at your house. I hope you are staying safe, and I send you big hugs and kisses. Happy Easter. This is my daughter, Sarah, and today she is going to show you how to make the tissue paper egg craft. Now, you notice that Sarah is dressed all fancy, but that's just the kind of girl she is. She's a lot bigger than you, but if you look next to her, there is her old smock, which, parents, is an old t-shirt that I got from a run that I did, and I don't even remember the 5K, so I let the kids trash it years ago. All right, so now here goes Sarah. So she's got a few different colors of tissue paper, and you can see that she's gluing it down on this egg shape. Parents, you don't need to be a professional artist. Just do your best. As long as your chipmunk thinks it's an egg, then it's an egg. So don't worry about being too particular. And also notice, this is my favorite table protector. I have old tablecloths. I usually save them from birthdays. Sorry that Rosalie's just passed, but you could have saved that tablecloth. That's what I did. And by the end of the year, the time for the next birthday, it was desperate for a replacement. But that's the way I protect my table while we're at home. You can use newspaper or magazines, whatever you've got. So tissue paper, parents, is what we had, and I ripped this out of bags that I had sitting around to reuse. So, or not ripped, I took it, I should say. She is ripping the tissue, and while it's easy enough for you to put a toy in a bag and have the tissue paper rip, the tearing motion for kids is a really excellent fine motor skill to work on. And you might need to help your kiddo get started, but please try to make them have as much time working on the tearing as possible. You know, if they're getting frustrated, feel free to hop in and help them out. But otherwise, just let them try it out. Give them tips, but let them do the tearing themselves. Have fun with this project, and I would love to see your finished results. Miss Kirsten and I are so bored not looking at your crafts every day. We love to see them, and we don't have a wall to hang them on. So why don't you go ahead and post your results on Blooms from this or any other craft that we're working on. We would love to see it. And of course, feel free to put your little chipmunk's face in that picture too, because we miss them like crazy. Thanks.